Welcome back. I want to talk about the Summerfall event going on in Elder Scrolls Online. As you can see on the screen, the event encourages players to earn an achievement. If you earn the achievement, it counts towards the total needed to unlock items earned during the event. There are some nice items being rewarded, and I give credit where credit is due. If you are into these type of rewards, the reward is worth the effort. So where do I fit into all of this? I was considering participating in the event. The problem was my confusion on how to do it. ESO has a premium service called ESO Plus. One of the perks of ESO Plus is the DLC being available to you as long as you're subscribed, along with some other perks. Now, I've been playing ESO on and off since beta. Now, when I heard about Summerfall and the event, I thought it was a cool idea, and coming from World of Warcraft and what's going on over there, I figured I could switch my subscription from WoW to ESO, participate in the event, and have a recording fiesta, catching up on all the things that I've missed. My eyes probably glazed over thinking of all the videos, how I do them, and remember, I'm interested in the lore, so yes, my mind was gone. That, along with the login reward system that they recently launched, I felt they were making positive changes to the game. Before purchasing anything though, my gut told me to get clarification because something didn't make sense to me. The Summerfall page kept prompting people to buy Summerfall and doesn't mention ESO Plus. Researching, I found that a quest you needed was unavailable to you with ESO Plus to participate in the event. So, being confused, I thought I'd do the mature thing. Ask. So I called myself sending a tweet to the Twitter account for Elder Scrolls Online. But when taking the screenshot for this video, I noticed that the @ to them was missing, which is odd because I remember seeing it when I sent it. Anyway, it's not fair to blame them for not responding if they didn't receive it. However, when I didn't receive a response to my tweet, I went in several streams to ask the question. It was during a Twitch Drops event, and I purposely picked the smaller channels to ask the question. So I asked the question. I saw them see the question in chat, and they ignored it. The chat was not moving quickly. Some were not moving at all because I picked the smaller channels on purpose because I realized, having streamed myself, with the larger channels, the chat moves too quickly. By now, it is fair to say that I was annoyed because I didn't understand what was the big deal. You see what I'm saying? It's extremely rude, in my opinion, not to respond when someone is directly asking you a question. I had a Twitch sub, Twitch Prime sub available that I could have given. They completely lost the opportunity to add a new customer to their business because that is exactly what I was, a potential customer. So I decided to do a video about it a couple of days later, So here I am, gathering stuff that I need for the video. And I logged into the game to get the daily reward and record, what I wanted to record because I wanted to show you what the game shows me about Summerfall. The only reason I looked in here was to record the footage to be thorough. There was no reason, in my opinion, to think to look here because I was looking at the website. But as you can see, it lists all the content they've released. All of it is listed as DLC, with the exception of Summerfall, as it is listed as a chapter. Now, I own Morrowind, you can see that, although I haven't played through it because when it was released, I was just decently getting better at the time, recuperating, but my cough was too much for the combat, recuperating from pneumonia. But anyway, it added a new class, and it is listed as DLC. You also see the prompt to subscribe to ESO Plus, which will unlock all of the DLC for as long as one is subscribed. Summerfall is different. It is a chapter, and it does not have the ESO Plus prompt. It prompts for a purchase. So I'm being honest. It never crossed my mind that Summerfall wasn't a DLC, because to me, after all these years, they never released anything that wasn't. When I saw this, my jaw dropped, and I was even more confused. Why didn't they just say that it's not DLC and explain the difference between DLC and a chapter? Thinking more about it, from what I read, Summerfall doesn't have as much content as Morrowind did, which added a new class, plus a new zone. Yet, Morrowind is DLC, and Summerfall is a chapter? It makes no sense. So continuing my research, I found out what the deal was. With Morrowind, it was released initially as a chapter, which is news to me. Then, as the content became dated and old, they moved it to DLC status and made it available to ESO Plus members. As you can see, it has caused some people to be upset about it, and I guess it was a big deal at the time that it was moved from a chapter to ESO Plus. I completely missed this because I purchased it because of the memories I had playing the original Morrowind and the videos that I wanted to make for the channel, and missed the drama completely. To be fair, this is a somewhat standard practice in MMOs because expansions become outdated very quickly when new content is released. Eventually, depending on how old the release is, they are folded into the base game or placed in a subscription type service as a perk. You can see why there is confusion. In one area, Morrowind is listed as a chapter. In the game, it is listed as DLC. Nowhere that I found on the relevant pages concerning Summerfall did it mention the transition from new content to old. In the FAQ, in my opinion, they should have mentioned the difference between a chapter and a DLC. The average returning player isn't going to go through the effort that I did to find out, especially with October being packed game-wise, Assassin's Creed coming out on the 5th, Call of Duty coming out on the 12th, Red Dead Redemption 2 on the 26th, just to name a few. Let's be clear, let's just be honest why they didn't mention it. They didn't mention it because if you wait, it will be part of ESO Plus, and right now they're trying to make the most money on it while the content is new. With the event going on, they gave players a reason to purchase it, which I think is great. So if it were me, I'd be honest. The current players probably already know about this. It's the new and returning players that are left in the dark. In my opinion, there's a huge lack of communication here. Now, I take responsibility for my actions, and perhaps I missed something huge, but having been a player off and on since beta, and no clear clarification on the website about the difference, I see how people are confused. I see how they could be losing sales, and I see why streamers didn't want to answer the question, but I do not agree with how they handled it. Respond. Then, if the person is being trolly, then deal with it. Trolliness is part of any kind of online interaction, and professionals know how to deal with it. And that's what moderators are for. To not respond? I mean, the entire chat ignored the question, which is, I'm just going to be blunt, it's stupid to me, when it could have been easily responded to with the difference between a chapter and DLC. So that is how content is handled in ESO. Something might start off as a release as a chapter and will be downgraded, for lack of another word, later on to DLC. Something might be released originally as DLC because the company needs to keep ESO members happy. If you're interested in participating in the event, you can purchase Summerfall until October 2nd and still receive the rewards. and you'll know exactly what you're getting. So that's it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.